And you see where the good coffee places are? One, if you ever come to Japan, a big coffee nerd took me to this one place recently that I actually really enjoyed. And I thought, it was definitely like mostly tourists there, but it was really good. And I actually really loved it. It was like a coffee experience where you get to, oh, this is it. You get to like drink like 5 courses of different types of coffee. Not glitch, this one, go here, this one. You get like a 5-course coffee, and then you can get some like little nibbles to go with it. You been to that one? You might have gone to it. It's quite touristy, but it's so good. First time I ever went, I was actually really surprised. It was really fun. It looks like crazy when I went. Like all the coffees, I'm trying to see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get a little look-sees for you. I do want to make a nicely presented recommendation list at some point for you guys that I just update maybe like once a year or something. Need a reservation? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing in Japan that I think a lot of people don't appreciate is that your life and your experience as a tourist in Japan or just living here will become so much better when you just get comfortable reserving things. If your friends are flakes, I'm sorry, you either need new friends or you got to make them lock the in for the trip. If you cannot book anything in Japan, you just have so much worse of a time. Look, and every time I say this, people are always like, well, when I went to Japan, I had no problem walking in places. Okay, that's fine, buddy. All right, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. Every place that is fire, heat, God tier, you're gonna need a reservation. And then, look, there's nothing wrong with reserving. You gotta plan, just plan a little bit. But there are also obviously great places where you don't need a reservation, but rule of thumb, generally speaking, like a really good or a fantastic place, you'll need to make a reservation. Do I need to pre-order my Taco Bell? Absolutely, you should be lining up, bro. You think the Crunchwrap Supreme comes and ready to go when you walk in there? Nobody. Stand in line? Okay, I never stand in line for anything in Japan. I am against standing in lines. If there's a line, I'd rather go to another store I would rather a 8 out of 10 where I don't have to line up than a 10 out of 10 where I have to line up every single time. Is that crazy? Maybe. Maybe. And maybe some people feel the same way about reservations. They're like, I'd rather a 6 out of 10 with no reservation than an 8 out of 10, which is fair enough. But I don't want to line up. So there's so many things I book everything. Like any single thing I do, if any people come, like YouTubers or whatever, they're like, hey, I want to hang out, or friends or family. They're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, all right, well, I'll call up this place right now, see if they're available tonight, or I'll book it right now at like 7:30. You know, what is 10-minute line? All right, 10-minute line, that's fine. 10 minutes line, 10 minutes line. But like you can tell when it's like an hour line. Like you can tell. And there are very like certain things that I guess maybe I would line up for. It really depends how good it is or how much I really want someone to experience something. It's nice when you can curate your experience. You stood in line for pizza in New York. I was a freaking tourist. But if I was like a local, I wouldn't, no, I'm kidding. I'd have to line up. I mean, pizza, you just kind of have no choice if you want to go to that like certain spots, right? I was making a YouTube video for you, okay? What do you want? I wouldn't line up normally, okay? I would fucking be lazy and I would go to fucking Sbarro's, okay? I would be like fucking disgusting and gross, but I'm not on stream, so I have the joy of doing that. Just to be clear, a coffee mamiya, you have to make reservations. They don't walk in. Yeah, sorry. But generally speaking, most, like a good chunk of things in Japan do require you to do reservations, or it'll make your life so much easier if you reserve it. As a Long Islander, I'm offended. Rob lined up for 6 hours. Rob lined up for 6 hours for a donut store, and there is like multiple chains of this donut store around Tokyo, and the other stores, they don't have a line. There's this like really popular store called I'm Donut in Tokyo that opens up, and there's one in Nakameguro, I think, and people line up there every single fucking day. They line up all the goddamn time. 2 stations down, I think there's another one. And when I was there was no line. I don't know if there was just a random day. I just saw there was no line. And I was like, this is so stupid. And it's right in front of the station, like 5 minutes away. Rob is based though. But Rob's smart because Rob can do a stream where he lines up for 6 hours. He's coached his viewers to accept that. You know, he's like, this is the bottom, or the average, or the highlight, actually, I don't know. And then every single thing I do that is not lining up, this is content. I gotta sit here and fucking find an interesting game. That's so difficult. What the f? That's so hard. You don't understand how hard it is. I saw people wait 6 to 8 hours in line at Final Fantasy Fest in Vegas. There were people wrapped around the entire convention multiple times at one point. It's absolutely insane. I very much appreciate my idea to get in line 2 hours before the check-in. It's at 11 a.m. I mean, look, there are certain things I would line up. If I'm at like a convention and I know I'm going to line up, I'm fine with it. But like when I'm just trying to get a lunch, no way, buddy. I'll get a sandwich from 7-Eleven.